Just welcoming the breath, the inhalation and the exhalation. So the past week we talked about judgment. We talked about that clay Buddha that was really gold underneath. We talked about inner peace. And we talked about making pearls out of irritations. And so kind of staying with the theme of noticing as we move through the practice what comes up. Kripalu, when I first started practicing Kripalu yoga, they called it the yoga of inquiry. And you come to your mat and you just notice. Right? Take this time, take this space to notice your reactions. And sometimes that can be an irritation to something that's presented as part of the class, and it's all part of the practice. Noticing your energy level and your reactions. Right? Is there this tendency to push the body into a pose that it just doesn't work? Or is there a tendency to sit back and take it a little bit easier? So let's do a little scan and take a deep breath into the belly. And as you exhale, see if you can relax the shoulders away from the ears, let the chin drop down to the chest. The eyes are closed or it's a soft gaze down at the floor. And with every exhalation, scan the body and notice how you showed up tonight. What is the energy level? Cold, rainy Monday night. We went from 60 to 63 degrees to 30 in a matter of hours. That affects the body. The holidays are here. Right? How is the breathing? Can we breathe deep into the belly? And let's move into our 3-part Dirga breath. Belly, ribs, all the way up to the collarbones. And as you exhale, exhaling completely, emptying out with a little squeeze of the navel towards the spine at the end of the exhalation, and then welcome that inhale. Deep breath in. Exhale, relax the shoulders, relax the face, and just let the day roll off with that exhalation. Checking in on the physical body, any areas of discomfort, tightness, maybe you're working with an injury. So never letting the poses get in the way of our yoga. Nothing hurts in yoga. We want to open the body. Let this be a moving meditation, breath and sensation. If the sensation becomes too much, back off. And then setting an intention for the next hour, whatever it is that you need. Carving out this space. This can be an offering. Maybe you just want to release some of the tightness in the shoulders. And then bringing the hands to the heart and bowing the head to the heart, sealing that intention in. Interlace the fingers, take a big breath in, and as we exhale, press the palms away, chin to chest, round the spine, belly in. As we inhale, let the arms rise up towards the sky. And then arch the back, lift the heart, shoulders are down. One more breath here, find a little more length as we reach the palms towards the sky. And as we exhale, slowly let those fingers release alongside the body, chin down to the chest. And then let's sweep the arms up, interlace the fingers, flip the palms. Big breath in, and as we exhale, press forward, chin to chest, belly in, seated cat. Inhale to rise back up, lift the heart, seated cat. And as we exhale, slowly let those fingers release, chin comes to the chest. One more time like that, inhale, sweep the arms, flip the palms, and find that beautiful stretch. One breath here, breathing in, and as we exhale, press forward, chin to chest, around the spine. Inhale, rising back through center, arching, lifting the heart. And as we exhale, slowly let those hands come back down. Let's keep that left hand down and sweep the right arm up and over. And put a little bend into that left elbow and then straighten the arm, creating this little pulsing into the right side body. Keep pressing that right hip down. Just notice how the side body showed up. Reach those right fingers to the left, big breath in. As we exhale, just sweep that arm down, bring the body back up. Right hand finds the mat, left arm sweeps up and over. Take a breath here, bend into the right elbow, and then straighten the arm, creating this little pulsing. And the side might feel a little different. Pause here, reach those left fingers all the way to the right. Big breath in, and as we exhale, let the arm float down and come over to the other side. Bring the hands behind you and interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades and lift the heart. Drop the head if the neck is okay with that, looking up. And as we exhale, chin to chest, start to round forward and lift the arms up, coming into a seated yoga mudra. Symbol of yoga pose. Breathing here. So symbol of yoga because the heart is above the head. Right? We want to lead with our heart here. And gently take the hands and take them side to side. So the arms are like a metronome here. Just stretching out the shoulders, releasing any tension in the back. And as we inhale, rise back up. Bring the hands to the knees and start these circles, just circling the spine. And as we inhale, bring the chest forward. And as we exhale, round the spine. So it's that seated cat and cow, but now we've added some circles. And let's see if it would feel good to make those circles really big. Bending the elbows, letting the shoulders lead the way here. And let's circle the other way. And come on back through center. One more time. Sweep the arms above the head as we exhale. Let the hands come down to the heart. And then let the legs come out. And just bring them out in front of you. Bring the hands behind. Take the toes and point them down to the floor as we inhale. Lift the toes up towards the sky. Do that a couple of times. So we'll be standing. Right, we want to warm up. Let's circle into the ankles. And then bend the knees. Place the feet wider than the hips and windshield wide from side to side. So let those knees drop to the left. Left palm down, sweep the right arm up and pause here. Start to make some big circles, circling the fingers down, behind, and up and over. So we're rotating the torso as we do this. The chest faces the mat as the fingertips come to the floor. And then the heart lifts to the sky as the arm comes behind. Let's circle the other way. And the next time those right fingers reach up towards the sky, pause. Stay here or press into that left hand and lift the hips. Coming into a half circle on an exhale, bicep by the ear. Reaching those right fingers back. Take the gaze and look down at the floor. As we inhale, look up at the sky and then find a place right in between where the neck is happy. Sweeping those right fingers down to the floor. Let the hips come down if they're up and take those knees up and over. This time, right palm down, sweep left arm up and start to make those big circles. So it's full rotation here, not just the shoulders. The torso is rotating, opening, and then coming down. Let's circle the other way. And the next time the left fingers reach for the sky, pause. Maybe lift the hips, big breath here. As we exhale, bicep by the ear, reach the fingers up and over. And then take the gaze down. Inhale, looking up. And find that space where the neck is happy. Let's release the hips down and just turn towards that right side, short end of the mat, coming into tabletop. We won't be here long. So press the palms into the mat, spread the fingers nice and wide, and drop the belly, lift the gaze, coming into our cow pose. As we exhale, chin to chest, round the spine, press the floor away. And inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, look up. And a few rounds here, following your breath, cat and cow. Maybe play with tucking the toes and pressing the feet back down on the mat. See if that changes anything. And the next time we arch into cat, continue pressing back, hips towards the heels, child's pose. And take the hips a little bit side to side. Rounded spine rising up through cat. Drop the belly, look up, cow. And then arching into cat, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find downward facing dog. If down dog isn't working for you, just come to stand in the middle of the mat. Otherwise, bending one knee, straightening the opposite leg, and just walking out the legs. Let the head go, shake it yes and no. And then bend both knees, come high on the toes, send the tailbone away. On an exhale, let the heels come towards the earth. Don't worry if they touch, right? It's about nice long spine here. And then look between the hands. We're gonna walk the feet towards the hands and the hands towards the feet. Bend the knees, opposite hands to elbows, find ragdoll pose. And gently swaying the body side to side. And then bringing the palms to the thighs, pressing nice long spine as we rise, coming to stand and turning and facing the long end of the mat. Okay, so having our blocks close by, if you have two, maybe one on each side or just one in the middle. Actually, let's start with one in the middle. Okay, bring the hands to the hips and separate the feet a little bit wider than the hips and just make these circles, right? Taking the hips behind to the left and the right and in front. And just continuing to warm up a little bit and then circle the other way. Let's come on back through center and move the feet hip width apart. Soften the knees and take the hands to the hips and turn the tailbone down. And then find this nice long spine lifting through the crown of the head, shoulders roll up, down, and back. We'll take a few sun breaths here. As we inhale, sweep the arms above the head. And as we exhale, take a forward fold. Maybe the fingertips come to that block. Maybe we bend the knees a lot here. Find a half lift as we lengthen, look up. And as we exhale, come on back down to that fold. Bend the knees as we inhale, sweep the arms above the head. Let the hands meet in prayer and press up and back, little baby back bend. And exhale, let the hands find the heart. And two more like that. Inhale, rising, big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen, look up. Come on back down. Bend the knees and sweep the arms as we rise. At the top, find a little back bend. And then rise back up, hands to heart. One more time like that. Lengthening up. Watch that back bend. Exhale forward. You want to keep the navel in. Find that half lift. And come on down. Sweep the arms out as we rise. Press into the feet. Tiny little back bend. And then bring the hands to the heart. And we bend the knees. Take the palms to the thighs. And find Utkatasana. Right, shift the weight into the heels, lift the toes. So chair pose, not my favorite. Right? I'm sure it's not yours either. Inhale, sweep the arms just to shoulder height. We're going to do a little pulsing here. As we inhale, we straighten the legs and lift the arms up to the sky. As we exhale, bend the knees. Take a seat, arms float back. Beautiful. 2 more times like that. Inhaling up, exhaling down. 1 more time. And then pausing in your chair pose. All right, so palms can always come to the thighs. See if you can lift the toes off the mat so the weight is shifting back. And then we're going to keep reaching the left arm forward. As we inhale, just open the right out to the side. Keep the knees in line. So we're coming into a little twist. And exhale, arm comes back. And then opening left and back to center. 1 more time on each side, using the breath. Notice what's happening, the heat in the body. And then press the feet into the mat. Start to straighten the legs. Lift the arms above the head. Let the hands come down to the heart. Chin to chest. Close the eyes. Soft bend to the knees. What just happened? Right, what's going on in the body? Little heat. Maybe the breath became shallow. Right, breathing it back deep into the belly. And then open the mouth and let it go. Shake out those legs. Take the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Let's just twist that out, letting the arms gently wrap around the body. Empty coat sleeves. Lifting that heel so we don't jam the knee. And then maybe letting the arms come up, giving yourself little taps, the shoulders, little massage, and coming back down. Okay, let's find that block and bring it right between the thighs. And the feet are hip width apart. Take a breath and squeeze the block, and notice how that engages the front of the legs and also will help you press the tailbone down to the mat. There's a tendency when we're coming into half moon. When we come into half moon, sometimes to arch. Right, so this helps us keep that form. And if this doesn't work for you, drop the block, right? Let's inhale and bring the arms above the head. And just let the left hand come to the hip and sweep the right arm up and over to the left. Keep squeezing the block and breathe here. Soften the shoulder. Length on the inhale. And as you exhale, what can you relax? So staying in quarter moon pose, or on the next inhale, let that left hand reach up, maybe catch the right wrist or interlace the fingers coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Let's inhale to rise back to center, right hand to hip, left arm up and over, send the hips to the left, squeeze that block. Right, notice the sensation down the side body, down the legs. Breathing here, shoulder down. Big breath in, staying here or lifting right hand, maybe holding on to the left wrist or interlacing the fingers and finding half moon on the other side. Let's inhale back up. And as we exhale, let the arms come down. So if you know that crossing one leg in front of the other and doing that pose isn't going to work for you, you can do the block again, or you can just simply have the feet close together. So we're going to try and get into that IT band stretch. Bring the hands to the hips and take the right foot and cross it over the left. Now the knees are bent a little bit, right? And it's a little bit of a balance challenge. Sweep the arms above the head. And we're going to take the left wrist with the right hand. Notice if the toes are gripping, right, the mat. Notice if the jaw just tightens. See if you can let that go. So using that right hand, start to gently pull the left arm up and over as you press into the feet. And you feel a different kind of stretch on that left thigh. And breathe into it. Breathing here, big breath in. Inhale to rise back up. As we exhale, we take a forward fold and we find that block, or maybe the fingertips come to the floor, and just let the head go. Find the half lift, lengthen. And as you exhale, start to walk the fingers towards the right, just a tiny bit. This is a beautiful place for the block, staying up nice and high. Again, you'll notice that sensation down the back of the left leg. Come on back to center. Sweep the arms above the head. And as we exhale, hands to hips, uncross those legs. Give them a little shake. Take a breath. Close the eyes and scan the right side and scan the left. And maybe you feel a difference, maybe not. Then opening the eyes, we're going to cross left over right. Or take that option with the block between the thighs or regular half moon pose. Sweep the arms above the head, big breath in. Holding the right wrist with the left hand. On an exhale, gently bringing that right arm up and over to the left as the hips slide out to the right. And breathe here. Be okay with any shaking, any unsteadiness. Right? Just breathing into it. And as we inhale, we rise back up. As we exhale, we take that forward fold. Maybe have that block on the highest position. Find that half lift, length, and look up. Exhale, come on back down. And then start to walk the hands towards the left. Just a tiny bit turning to the left side. Come back to center. Gently rising back up, arms above the head. As we exhale, uncross those legs, hands to hips. And give it a shake. Okay, got a thumbs up. That's a really good one. One of my teachers is also a physical therapist. He has a book, Living Pain-Free with Yoga. One of the most common complaints is tight IT band. Right? That's a beautiful way of stretching that out. And that's enough for tonight for that one. Having the blocks close by, just take the feet out wide and sweep the arms above the head. As you exhale, take a forward fold. Fingertips to the mat. And find that half lift, length, and look up. And then stay lifted and just sweep that right arm up to the right, coming into a twist. Nice long spine. Crown of the head reaching forward. As we exhale, the right hand comes down and we sweep left arm up, turn to the left. Breathing into our twist. And sweeping that hand back down. Inhale, rising up, arms above the head as we exhale. Turn the arms out, T position. Kick that right heel in and turn the left toes to the left. Put a little bend to the left knee. And find our warrior two pose. So we're going to pulse in our warrior. As we inhale, sweep the arms up. Let the hands cross at the heart. Then bend the knee and find warrior. And two more times like that. Inhale, straightening the leg. Arms cross at the heart. Gaze over left fingers. One more time like that. And then opening the mouth, sighing out that breath. Gaze over the left fingers as we reach through the right. And can you find a steady breath and some peace in this pose? Flip that left palm towards the sky. Inhale, left fingers up, right hand down. Peaceful warrior. As we inhale, keep reaching those left fingers further away from that left knee. And then exhale back to warrior two. Bring the hands to the hips and scooch the back leg in just a little bit. And turn and face that left side of the mat. We're going to bend the left knee. Your choice, heel down, or you can be up in a crescent lunge. So I know some of you don't like crescent at all. So with the heel down, we're in that warrior one. And just sweep the arms overhead. And as we exhale, straighten the left leg, let the elbows bend, lift the heart, little baby back bend. So goddess arms looking up, and then reach up, rebend that knee. Warrior one. Inhale, rising, lift the heart. One more time like that. Holding here. Straightening both legs, let the hands come behind. If the heel is up, drop it down to the mat. Shoulder blades down and back, lift the heart. Drop the head if the neck allows, coming into stargazer. Big breath in. As you exhale, the knuckles are reaching to the opposite end of the mat. Shoulders are down the back, heart is lifting. And then keeping the legs straight, keeping the heart lifted. On an exhale, just hinge at the hips, flat back, come over that left leg. Keep reaching the knuckles away. Long spine. And breathe here. So we'll prepare for our lizard pose. So if lizard doesn't work for you, you can sit this one out. So finding the block, or maybe fingers to the mat, bend that left knee and bring the right foot back. Drop the right knee to the mat and check that the left knee is over the ankle. Have your blocks or bring the palms to the thighs. You can stay up really high here. So it's a stretch right to the front of that right leg. You can stay high, or as we exhale, you can make your way down, hands on the inside of that left foot. This is a beautiful place for the blocks. And just breathe. Remember, nothing ever hurts in our yoga practice. Maybe forearms come to the block. Drop the head and breathe. Keep hugging the left knee in. And remember, if the sensation is too much, come on back up, take the palms to the thighs, or just sit this one out. But lizard is a really good pose for stretching out the hips. Notice where your thoughts are, right? See if you can stay with the breath. 2 more breaths here. As we exhale, can you find a little more space? Remembering that the poses we dislike the most are usually the ones our body needs the most. From here, rising back up, and we'll move into pigeon. It's by taking that left foot over to the right side of the mat, dropping the knee down, and taking that right leg back. Maybe taking a block under the left hip, starting out in nice long spine, proud pigeon. And keep walking the right foot back, and then finding a place that feels good with the hips, and start to lower down. And maybe have that block on its highest setting, resting the forehead on the block, coming into a bit of a restorative. See what works for you, and take 5 deep breaths here. Long inhalations, long exhalations. And with every exhale, can you soften a tiny bit more into that left hip? One more breath. And then bring the palms under the shoulders. Start to press yourself up. Take that knee back. So we find tabletop. Take a breath, and as we exhale, send the hips towards the heels, child's pose. Inhale to rise to table. Tuck the toes, lift the hips back to downward facing dog. And then walk the hands towards the feet towards the hands, bend the knees. As we inhale, we rise back up. As we exhale, we turn towards that long end of the mat. And we get to do that again on the other side. So separating the feet, sweeping the arms out, reaching left and right. This time it's the right toes that reach to the right, and the left heel kicks in. As we bend into that right knee, setting up for warrior 2. Let's put some movement here as we Inhale, straighten the legs, sweep the arms up, let the hands cross at the heart, rebending the knee, gaze over right fingertips. And 2 more times like that. Big breath in. Once more like that. And then pausing here, pressing into that pinky side of the left foot, making sure the right knee never crosses the ankle, coming out of the waist and breathing. Let's flip that right palm. Inhale, right arm up and left hand drops. Peaceful warrior. Breathing, big breath in. As we inhale, can we reach those fingertips just a tiny bit further away from that right knee? Can we keep the length in the side body? And as we exhale, come on back down. Warrior 2. Bring the hands to the hips, straighten the leg, and slide that back leg in a bit and turn towards the short end of the mat, preparing for either crescent lunge or warrior 1. Let's bend into the right knee and either up on the back heel if you want to do crescent, or keep that heel down 45 degrees. Sweep the arms above the head. As we exhale, let's straighten that front leg, bend the elbows out to the side. Goddess arms, lift the heart, drop the head. Inhale, arms extend up, rebending that front knee, warrior 1. Exhale, straighten the leg, goddess arms, lift the heart. And one more time like that. And then both legs straight, take the hands behind. If that back heel is up, drop it to the mat. Interlace the fingers, shoulders down. Lift the heart, drop the head, stargaze. Breathe here, breathing into the heart and chest. Shoulders down the back. Where can you soften? As we inhale, we rise. We keep that lift to the heart. Hinge at the hips and come over that front leg. Take the knuckles, press them as far from the crown of the head as you can. Shoulders are still pressing down and back. And notice the stretch down the back of that front leg. Breathing here, big breath in. So we get to do lizard on the other side, or you get to sit this one out if it's not for you. So taking the hands to the inside of that front foot, bending the knee, stepping that left foot back, knee to the mat, and then setting yourself up. Maybe that means coming really high and just resting the palms on the thigh, pressing into the back foot and letting that hip come forward. When the back knee is down, the only time this knee can pass the ankle, right? Otherwise, always keep it behind. And then decide if you want to stay lifted, nice long spine, just working that stretch, or with every exhale, finding a little deeper sensation. Maybe coming to the block, remembering that block has 3 heights, so we start at the highest. As we use the breath, maybe the block comes to a lower height. Keep hugging that right knee in so it's facing up towards the sky. Let the head drop. Maybe the eyes close and just breathe. So can you still keep those deep breaths in these moments of challenge? Can we find that peace regardless of what's going on around us? Take 2 more deep breaths here. Every exhale, relax the shoulders, the jaw, the eyes. And gently rising up, we'll move into pigeon. Seated pigeon is a beautiful option if you're tired of being on your knees. Right? Otherwise, we take that right foot over to left side of the mat. Walk that left leg back. Start up nice and high. Proud pigeon. And as we exhale, lowering down. Letting the forehead rest on something, maybe stacking fists, a block, whatever it is. And taking 5 deep breaths here. Big breath in. And as we exhale, let it go. Maybe opening the mouth and sighing that exhale out. And with every breath, can you soften that right hip? Can you soften the expression in the face? Can you soften the thoughts in the mind? On the next exhalation, bringing the palms under the shoulders and pressing yourself up. We're just going to take that right hip to the mat and swing the legs out in front. Ha! And give them a little shake. Okay, so that wasn't exactly gentle yoga, but I promise the rest of the class will be. Let's come all the way onto the back. Find your strap and take your strap with you. Bending the knees and releasing slowly onto the back. And just for a moment, walk the feet out as wide as the mat. Let the knees rest on each other. Let the thighs rest on each other. Bring the palms to the belly. Let the eyes close or take the gaze to the heart. Constructive rest pose. And notice the breath. Breathe deep into the belly. Feel the breath as the belly rises into the palms. And as you exhale, flatten the lower back into the mat. Squeezing out all that air. Take 2 more breaths like that. And on the next exhale, let's hug those knees into the chest. Bring one hand to each knee and start to make some circles. Circling in one direction, circling the other way. And then big toes touching. Bring the knees in and press them away from each other. Push them away and bring them back towards each other. So creating these big circles. Then circle the opposite direction. Let's hug the right knee in and let the left leg relax on the floor. Pulling the right knee, maybe holding behind the knee or just below the knee. Into our spine, pressing into the mat. Take the left toes up towards the sky and kick through the left heel. Big breath in. And then drop that right foot to the inside of the left leg. So it doesn't matter where it lands. And let the right knee come out to the side. So we're in a version of tree, but down on the back. If you like the half lotus option, you place the foot on the opposite thigh and press the knee down towards the mat. Or you can bring that foot to the calf, the shin, the thigh. Let the arms come out to the side. Bend the elbows like goddess arms and spread your fingers nice and wide. And breathe into the opening of the right side here. On the next exhalation, we're going to step that right foot right on top of the left leg. And it's okay if it's on the knee. We're going to turn the palms down, arms out, T position, and gently take that right leg side to side, like a little metronome, just reaching to the right and reaching to the left. And then let the right knee come all the way over towards the left. Maybe that left hand grabs the thigh to help it down, coming into a twist. If it feels good, turn the gaze and look over the right shoulder. Breathing here, big breath in. Let the exhalation bring the body a little deeper into the twist. And then gently rolling back onto the back. Pull that right knee in one more time. Extend the leg up towards the sky. Hold behind the right thigh. And point and flex the toes. Make little circles. Getting into the ankle, and then make those circles a little bit larger. Start to take the entire leg around in a circle. Then circle the other way. And start to make that movement smaller and smaller. Reach those toes towards the sky. Big breath in. And as we exhale, slowly let that right leg come on back down to the floor. Interlace your fingers. Flip the palms above the head. Big stretch. Point the toes. And as we exhale, hug that left knee in. Either just below the knee or behind the knee, pulling that leg down. Kick the right toes up towards the sky. Kick the heel away. Pavanamuttasana. Entire spine pressing into the mat. So this might feel a little different tonight after doing those IT band stretches, right? Normally we don't feel it on the sides of the legs. You might be feeling that now. Breathing here, big breath in. And as we exhale, let's take that left foot to the inside of the right leg and let the knee drop out for a version of tree. Arms extend out, maybe bend the elbows, reach the fingers up, coming into goddess arms. And with every exhale, just letting that left knee become heavy and reach down towards the floor. Deep breath into the belly. As you exhale, relaxing the belly, let that relaxation travel up the entire body. And then take a breath in as we exhale, lifting that knee and stepping the left foot on the right leg. This time, arms extend out from the shoulders, palms down for support, and start to rock that left leg side to side. And you can stay with the rocking if the twist isn't calling you tonight. Or the next time that left knee heads to the right, pause here. Maybe the right hand finds the top of the left thigh. If the neck is okay with it, turn the gaze and look over the left shoulder. Breathing into the twist. Using the inhale to find some length, and the exhalation brings the body just a little deeper. Let's come on back onto the back and hug those knees into the chest one more time. Set the feet down on the mat with the knees bent and let the arms come alongside the body. As you inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. And as we exhale, let the back of the hands rest above the head. And then inhale the arms back up and exhale, palms alongside the body. And do that again. Inhale, reaching up and overhead. And the next breath lifts the arms up and the exhale brings it back. And then see if it would feel good the next time the arms come up to press into the feet. Lift the hips. Back of the hands rest above the head. And as we come back, everything down to the mat. Floating bridge pose. Inhale, rising up. Exhale. One vertebra at a time. The spine comes back down to the mat. One more time like that. And if that felt really good, stay with the floating bridge. Or lift the hips, press into the palms, the feet, the forearms, and come into a baby bridge. We don't want to lift all the way up. And just breathing here and find a little pulse as we exhale, lower it down. As we inhale, lift the hips. And then find a place that would feel really good. That might mean a block under the sacrum. Or catching the hips in the hands and just holding our bridge for 2 or 3 breaths. And slowly, when you're ready, lowering down. Bringing the feet as wide as the mat. One more time. Knees knocked together, thighs resting on each other, hands to the belly. Constructive rest pose. Let's find our strap and bring it to the ball of the right foot. Reaching the right foot up towards the sky. Point the toes towards the sky and then take them down. And see what feels better. Flexed foot, pointed toes, maybe combination somewhere in between. Start to gently pulse that right leg forward and back. We're not forcing anything here, right? Maybe let the left leg relax down on the mat. Let's take the strap in the right hand, take a deep breath and take that right leg all the way out to the right side, supporting the leg with the strap, maybe a block under the thigh or the calf. If it feels good, left arm can extend out, maybe gaze to the left or close the eyes and just breathe here. With every exhalation, creating a little more space in the body. One more deep breath. And then exhaling, right leg up, take the strap in the left hand and gently cross, coming into that twist. Extending the right arm out, both shoulders pressing into the mat, right palm down, all 10 toes reaching towards the left. So we're in a revolved triangle pose here. Breathing into the twist. And noticing if you're holding anywhere unnecessarily. And can you let those hips be heavy, resting into the floor? Take one more breath here, and then on the exhale, reach that right leg up. Let's take the left foot into the strap and let the right leg come back down to the mat and start to gently pulse that left leg forward and back. Taking the strap in the left hand, big breath in and open up to the left side. Maybe right arm extends, maybe gaze to the right, maybe close the eyes. Breathing deep into the belly. On the next exhale, lifting that leg, taking the strap in the right hand and gently crossing over. This time it's the left arm that extends, maybe gaze to the left. You might be feeling that stretch. Let's inhale that leg back up, and as we exhale, release the strap, release the leg. Take a big breath, a big stretch, and hug those knees into the chest and see what would feel good. Maybe a happy baby, right? Holding on to the inside or outside of the feet with the big toes. Maybe a half shoulder stand. Something that we didn't do. Just noticing what the body would like. And maybe the body is ready for Shavasana. A well-deserved Shavasana. And then when you're ready, no rush, finding your way into a comfortable position for relaxation. And remembering that Shavasana can be legs up to the wall. It can be on the side in a fetal position. It doesn't have to be flat on the back. So set yourself up so the body is supported. Maybe something under the knees, a cushion under the knees. If you have an eye pillow, over the eyes. And take a deep breath in, open the mouth, sigh it out. Let everything go. Noticing the body resting here. Noticing the breath and the sensations, the thoughts in the mind. So thoughts will come, and it's part of that amazing thinking mind that we have, and that's okay. Right? When we notice that we're thinking about something, we just bring our attention back to the breath as it moves through the body. Start to follow the breath. As you inhale, noticing where you feel the inhalation enter the body. So maybe it's the tips of the nostrils, maybe you feel it at the back of the throat. Can you follow that inhale into the lungs? Feel the expansion. Notice when it makes its turn, becomes an exhale, and follow it back out. And just for a few moments, let the breath be the focus here. That beautiful inhale and exhale, like waves in an ocean. Every inhalation bringing us prana, life force, new beginnings, new opportunities. And as we exhale, imagine that exhalation just carrying away whatever it is that doesn't serve us. Feeling the earth supporting us, letting the back of the head rest, shoulder blades, the hips, the seat muscles, the feet. Feel the entire back body resting on the floor. And then notice the front body expanding with that breath. And as we exhale, start to relax the muscles of the face, the jaw, the tongue, the lips, the cheeks, the space around the nostrils, little corners of the eyes and the eyelids. Relax the space between the eyebrows and the forehead. Relaxing the throat and the neck, shoulders, shoulder blades, upper arms and elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, and all 10 fingers. Relaxing the space around the heart and the chest, the upper back, the middle back and the waist, the lower back and belly, and the sides of the torso. Relaxing hips and seat muscles, pelvis, thighs, knees, calves and shins, ankles, feet, and all 10 toes. And just for a few moments, the body breathing the breath and the breath breathing the body. Nowhere to go and nothing to do. And in this space, protected and held, loved, breathing in peace, breathing out whatever it is that no longer serves you. And taking in the words of the Dalai Lama on inner peace. The principal source of happiness is inner peace. Someone who has already had practice in developing this peace, who already has a certain experience of it, will not be easily troubled by ordinary enemies. However, hatred, malice, and spite will immediately destroy this mental calmness. The true enemy, therefore, is malice. External enemies may be real for a certain time, but it is conceivable that one day they may turn into friends. But the inner enemy will always be our enemy. In the beginning, midway through, and at the end, it is impossible that it will ever become useful to us. So it's our thoughts, our reactions, hatred, malice, and spite that threatens our inner peace. We might think it's people, circumstances around us, but we always have that choice. Right? That choice to choose a different reaction. So noticing the way you feel, noticing the breath, the body, and knowing that this is always accessible just by pausing, taking a few deep breaths. So don't leave this on your mat. Take it with you into your week. Start to deepen the breath and bring some gentle movement, maybe wiggling fingers, toes, rocking head side to side. If it feels good, taking a big stretch like we're just waking up. And then rolling to one side and resting in a fetal position as we transition back. And whenever you're ready, coming to a comfortable seat, joining the palms at the heart and bowing the head to the heart. Taking a breath of gratitude, thanking yourself for taking the time to come tonight, to move, to breathe, to feel, to be curious, right? The yoga of inquiry. What can we learn on our mat? And then imagining a beautiful golden light shining from our heart and connecting to everyone that's practicing here tonight, those that will practice later on the recording, and sending that light out. The light in me bows to that beautiful light in you, and in this place we are one. Namaste.